Yo, it's your boy Pt1. Today we're back again and different out here with If. This is What If Deku was Static Shock. Let's get into it. Yes, sir. Alright, so we're gonna start this one off with a bit of explanation for how he actually gets his quirk to begin with. Instead of how Static Shock actually gets his powers a little differently than Deku does in this. So basically, Deku gets his powers because his father in this one actually has lightning powers, and his mother has telekinesis. Alright, so let's really get this started off. So basically, Deku has he's basically born with a abnormally high IQ. So he doesn't even really he grew up with Bakugo in early years, but they made him take an IQ test. Yes, and they realized his grades was just immaculate. Whoa, calm down, buddy, you never got an F. So you know, they realized his grades was just immaculate, so they just had to check his IQ. He got a 165 IQ, so he got moved up to an advanced class basically. So he's basically doing much harder work. He's just on a different level. He even finds out that he has a quirk on his own. Basically, he was playing outside and in the backyard and shit. And he just started he was getting angry. He was getting angry because his mom was telling him to get inside. It's about to rain and all that shit. So the trash can started moving up, and she thought it was telekinesis, but it felt different to her. It didn't really seem like it was her quirk. It was much more powerful. You could literally hear the voltage go up and up, and it was starting to burn the trash can. It was starting to burn the trash can. It's Deku, chill. It's not that serious. Yeah, so Deku was certified to bug it. So the next day afterwards, Deku got taken to the quirk doctor. And once that happened, his quirk got recognized for what it actually is. It's an electromagnetic quirk. Basically, he has the power of electricity, but his electricity also magnetizes metal. So yeah, let me really stop playing with y'all. This is basically just some jibber jabber. I don't even know what I'm saying. For real, this really don't even matter. So let's get to the real story. We already addressed Deku's mad smart. He's gonna be mad strong. So yeah. Alright, so what's going on? Alright. So basically, we're gonna talk about Deku Dad in this, right? So Deku Dad is he's basically he's basically an electro scientist. I don't know the actual word for it, but I don't really give a fuck. So basically, damn. So what he's trying to do ever since he had his quirk when he was little, he always wanted to push it to the limits, become basically the strongest it could ever be. He always knew that he wasn't gonna be a hero, but that wasn't in mind for him. But if that's what his experiment had to come to bring his this electricity quirk to its pinnacle, its prime, what it really needs to be in his eyes, basically. And that's what Deku is. Deku is telekinesis and electricity mixed together. He wants him to become basically a Godspeed, some type of Godspeed type shit. So that's what he's training him for. He's been training for almost his whole life just to get him to do all this. So yeah. And Deku wants to be a hero like he did before, but he doesn't really idolize All Might. He definitely respects him a lot. If you've seen All Might in the street, he would definitely still free. But for real, his favorite superhero is All Might. Yeah. I don't really know what his favorite superhero would be, because I don't think there is a superhero with a electric type power. Something familiar to his. So yeah, this is one of those days when he's training to become that Godspeed level type shit. So basically, what he's doing, he's in this capsule, and the capsule is connected to a bunch of other machines. And the thing is that he's absorbing electricity basically. So what he's doing, it's kind of like how One For All has a stockpile quirk. His is too. Every time it's not like he's running low on electricity, but if he ever needed a big blast of if he ever really needed to go crazy on somebody for no reason, If he ever really needed to do that shit, like he can just absorb a bunch of electricity. So he basically has that, just in case. It's basically his super move. So he's basically absorbing this like high level of electricity that should not be touched by any normal person. Like a non-quirk person would probably just die as soon as they touch this. Even somebody who had a quirk without his quirk would probably still die. Just because his quirk, just because the way how his quirk works, that's the only reason why he even is coming in contact with this. You don't even understand. Like his dad is in like this protective hazmat suit. Like he cannot even, like his body, like his skin cannot be near this electricity. That's how powerful that shit is. So yeah, Deku's basically just absorbing that shit to see how much he could really take. And yeah, so like this shit is starting to damage Deku's body. Like it's starting to cause burn marks and shit. So like he's like, oh, I can take this, I can still do it. But his dad is trying to stop it. He's like, if you can't take it, just say so. And Deku basically faints in the capsule basically because he couldn't take the heat, man. He had to stay at the kitchen for real. That's just so gay. Like, who says shit like that? But yeah. So basically, that's what happened. So his dad, he was like, alright, yeah, no more of that shit. So yeah. So after that, he let him rest for some couple of weeks, and he sent Deku out to go do the beach thing. So yeah, so he's been sent out to go do that shit, and he's basically like moving all that metal trash, with his electricity and shit, his mind, whatever. So you get the point. Like he's basically he's seeing how much he's putting to the test, how much can he just lift all at once, and what he's trying to do, like he's just creating a giant ball of just like trash and metal, and it's basically it's just carrying out. Like he's been doing this for like an entire hour. And there's even like a crowd of people that's just, they're just crowding up, just watching this happen. Like, damn, what the fuck is that kid doing? And he basically just cleaned up the beach in almost an hour. So, people's over there giving him applause. And there's even like the news station over there, like, what the fuck? This kid, he's like 14 years old and he's over here doing some crazy shit like this. And yeah, like he's getting news press, he's getting put into like, he's the most known person in his like where he's from with a half and half quirk. Like he's basically the most he's basically known for that. Like the only person that's like in the media that's known as has a half and half quirk is Todoroki. But Todoroki, like he's literally in Devil's Son. You can catch Deku in the street. Like you can literally catch that nigga walking back home. Like it's really not that hard to find him. But Todoroki's a little different. So basically, what's going on here is that he's basically becoming, a fan favorite for a city basically. Like there's like, there's probably like an internet site, it's just, probably like some upcoming heroes type shit. Like, and Deku's on the top of his list for his city. Bakugo feeling like he's getting disrespected heavy. Like, what did I do to deserve this? Like he really hurt right now. Like, he don't understand that he's just not like that. So yeah, he's really struggling with the idea of him not being the greatest. So what's going on there is that he actually tried to become a vigilante. And basically what he's doing is that, he's becoming a vigilante and he's trying to get his experience up. And once he really does, challenge, Deku, it's gonna be over for him. At least that's what he thinks. That's his entire plan. And basically, this nigga has become popular too. But it's not in a good way. Like, yeah, he could be he has a big possibility, like a really great possibility of being a hero. But he's a vigilante. Like he's literally making heroes problems by just existing. So yeah, more and more vigilantes start to rise up because this nigga's getting popular, and I got a pretty strong quirk and I could be like him, and basically this shit just starts to keep on catching on. So it becomes the big debate, Bakugo or Deku, but they don't actually know he's Bakugo. Nobody knows it's Bakugo. So like I don't know what his vigilante name would be. It can't be something gay. Or maybe it will be, because I feel like y'all would say something gay. Y'all just homosexuals. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, it's probably gonna be something like spark penis. So yeah, that nigga spark. Nah, that's crazy. That's wild. That's literally fucking crazy. But, alright, whatever his vigilante name is, it don't really fucking matter. So basically, shit, I don't even know. Basically, it's the debate electromagnetism versus explosions. And yeah, that's the big thing. He really feels like he's making a difference, and like he really feels like he would be able to make a difference in this fight because niggas are hyping him up. And these just some internet niggas like these are not even, cause nobody knows he's the guy, so it don't even really matter. So yeah, that's how that summer goes. Like that entire summer is filled with a bunch of crazy shit. Bakugo's out here being a vigilante, being a secret vigilante. Deku's training hard as hell to become a Godspeed, fucking electromagnetic, fuck nigga, I don't even know. So this, yeah, it's a whole crazy thing. Yeah. So we're gonna get on to the part where they go to the entrance exam, basically. So the entrance exam, it's gonna go a little different. Deku, comes in early, and he basically he comes in early so he doesn't get tripped, and Uraraka doesn't say it. He don't meet her. So basically, yeah, that's how that goes. So he's already in there. The only people that's in there is Ida, and Bakugo's in there too. Cause you have to think about it. Like even in middle school, Bakugo was trying to keep a high record of himself. Like he was being mad. He was being mad disrespectful in school, but actual outside when niggas can really catch him for shit, he was actually being a good nigga. He was really trying to fit that hero type shit. So he of course tried to make himself look better by pulling up there. And he's like, alright, right, this nigga. And he feel like he can beat him now, so he talking to him disrespectful anyway. So yeah, it's just in his nature to say dumb shit. So Deku was like, they're gonna have it's like frenemies basically. Yeah, they cool with each other, but they also have a heavy rivalry. So yeah, the best man's win, and that's all it is. We'll see who gets first place. That's basically the whole conversation. It is you're distracting me from my meditation, and all I want to do is just do this and do that. He's just bullshit right now. So, why did I do his voice like that? That's wild. Bro, I really, yeah, that's wild. That's wild. So basically, this man, this is the whole thing. So yeah, they basically vow one of them is gonna be the person to get in there. They're gonna be number one. And they know they're both gonna be in class 1A, but one of them is gonna be number one. And I'm about to go crazy in this robot shit, so yeah, we about to skip the math test. Deku ace it because he has the highest IQ in the fucking classroom, other than Nezu. But Nezu doesn't count because he's not taking the damn test. So yeah, fuck him. So basically Deku goes sees the robots and alright, yeah, this is the easiest shit for me. So basically, he takes the bolts out of one robot. He literally just fucking rips them shits from the robots joints and shit with his mind, and he just keeps doing that. He did that to 100 of them already, and they just keep toppling down, right? So it's just it's a giant fucking, like I said, a giant ball of metal basically. and that's when the 0 pointer comes through, and he just throws that shit. Like, that shit is like filled with lightning and everything, just smashes everything. Alright, so he basically destroys the entire 0 point robot with that giant attack before Uraraka could even get hurt. So she was about to die because she was like really stunned. So she was like, stuck in place after her nausea using her quirk too much after trying to get some points and shit. So it was, like she was literally that scared like that she got stuck in place. So she was like, whoa, that's crazy. And she really could have died there if she didn't have moved, or Deku didn't save her. So yeah, she's over here thinking Deku, and she got the nausea and stuff. So Deku walks her over to the stretcher that recovery girls actually hold, and basically she gets held up and all that stuff. And Deku actually goes crazy because remember he actually gets safety points for not damaging any of the buildings and leaving a big mess like some superheroes do. Like, for example, like Spider-Man be fighting niggas, he be destroying the entire city while doing it. Yeah, he saved people, but all the niggas shit is done. Like, especially Hawk. Hawk be throwing niggas cars, like for real. Yeah, so basically, you get the point. He gets safety points, being saved. He also got the savior points. I forgot what they're really called, but he saved Uraraka. He got the safety points, and he did like 100 damage to those robots. So I almost said 100 damage, but he got 100 points for killing the robot. Yeah, so he feels he did pretty good on that. Just everything, So basically, what's happening here is that, well, he goes home and he waits to 2 weeks, and he finds out he gets in. He's not really surprised, but he is very excited, and he basically tells his mom and his dad and shit, and they're happy for him. And his dad is really just living it up right now. He feels like he don't feel like Deku is an experiment, but he feels like the experiment that he's running with Deku. Like he has a partnership with him. It's not like Deku doesn't want to do this shit. So yeah, basically, Deku is just like, he's really excited. They have like a whole celebration there, family and friends there. You get the point. Like, they're very happy for him. So basically, Deku gets to his new school early, and he never actually what do you call it? Well, I'm about to say he never actually tripped, but that's way before. But he gets to class 1A and he sees Bakugo, and he's like, all right. Well, you already know I won the bet. I'm in first place. I got this shit on the note. And Bakugo was in second. It only makes sense. The only person that could actually get to anywhere near second or third or even first is Todoroki, and Todoroki wasn't there. So basically, Bakugo's like, you just got lucky, Like, if you didn't have those other point systems helping you out, I would have won. Which would have been true, because Bakugo was really Deku wasn't really doing too much. Like, he was destroying a lot of robots in that arena, but Bakugo was really determined. Like, he was really trying his hardest, because he really didn't want to lose to Deku. But he found out, and he's a little bit more mellow out about it, because they had that frenemy type shit. Like, they're friends, but they still have they still have a rivalry, like a heavy one. So they still be competing against each other, but they can still be cool. So basically, what's going on? He's like, all right, yeah, you just got lucky, and that's when the nigga Ida come into the conversation. He's like, I didn't even know that there was two other point systems. Like, how'd you even know that? I really didn't think you were smart enough to know something like that. No disrespect or anything, you just don't look like that type of guy. And Bakugo over here like, what? You gonna talk to you like that? Alright, if you're going for that, you're going for that. I don't know about me. That's what Deku said. I didn't think he was the fastest in that arena anyway. Like, you low-key slow. He is really not trying to take that level of disrespect. Like, he really feel offended. Yeah, so you basically get what's happening between those three. Like, they're low-key having, it's the start of an argument basically. And what's happening here is that the other, not the other class, but the rest of the class is talking about just random shit. Like, they're just getting to know each other. Some of them are even talking about the vigilante that's popping up, and how many that are actually popping up after that one. And they're talking about Bakugo vigilante shit, but they don't know it's him. So I still don't got a name for his vigilante work, but they don't know that he's a vigilante and all that shit. And I don't know who's gonna find out first, but and some niggas is also talking about Deku. They're just saying, oh yeah, that guy right there, like yeah, that's the one with the half and half part. Like they over here whispering it to each other, and Todoroki's behind him. He's like, huh, what? That's that guy? It's a crazy coincidence because people often talk about him talk to him about Deku. They don't they talk to him about Deku because you don't see anybody with a half and half quirk every day. So people like, oh yeah, you got a half and half quirk. Just seen some nigga with another half and half quirk. It was like lightning and telekinesis better. I think he might be making it in the UA. Todoroki don't honestly know how to fit in the kitchen. Right now, man, they're sitting behind Endeavor's son, and they're talking about Deku. They're not talking about him. He's starting to really consider this. Like, I was this random ass nigga getting more recognition than me when I'm Endeavor's son, and I don't even claim that nigga. So that's just wild. Alright, so basically, after that, Uraraka joined the conversation. She runs in because she's late and shit, and she like, oh yeah, thank you for saving me. I was about to die right there, man. I just stood there, I froze. I can't believe I did that dumb shit. And he's like, alright, yeah, it's no problem. It's like, everyday shit, things happen. So that's when, Aizawa wakes up. Aizawa's like, shut the fuck up and get outside, you big bitch. And, they all get outside, and what's happening is that they get to the ball throw type shit. And, Deku, throws it first, because, he's in first place. And he's like, alright. And basically what's happening, he throws it without using his power. And he throws it 1,500 there. So he's like, damn, alright, that's pretty good, especially for somebody who's using their quirk and they don't even have the strength. That's actually pretty good. I just don't know how his quirk even helped him with that. And he's like, as I was like, he wasn't using his quirk. Like, I tried to erase it, but it didn't work because it wasn't on. Niggas is really astonished. They're like, what? What is going on here? I don't even think I can do that with my quirk. And Deku about to walk off, and I was like, nah, stay here. You better use your quirk this time. And this nigga Deku was like, alright. So he picks it, he gets another ball from the bend or shit, whatever the fuck. He gets another one, and he throws that shit, right? And what he does, instead of just throwing it regularly, he kind of put like a lightning leash, like a fucking lightning chain, basically. Like, there's lightning surrounding the ball, but there's also like a lightning stream, and it's like, and he's holding it, kind of like, how Spider-Man webs shit up and just swings it at niggas. That's what he's doing. He's doing that shit with electricity, and he's swinging it around. Then he just fucking throws that shit, and that shit is 10,000 meters. So if he was base strength without absorbing all that lightning, he would probably just be at 4,000 meters. Still be the highest. If he absorbs power, it just goes up. He just becomes stronger. And if the power that he absorbs, gets taken away, he just goes back to his base strength. Alright, so I think you understand the quirk more. So basically, yeah, he gets more power and he absorbs stuff, and that just brings him way up. If he uses all that shit, it just brings him way down. So he still be the strongest without all that absorbed energy. It just he that extra boost. Basically, he doesn't really have a load, but that's basically his boost. Okay, so basically, what's about to happen here after is just the 2v2 shit, and I'll say it's actually Bakugo and Ida and Deku and Uraraka still. So alright, they get in there and Deku's like, alright, Bakugo, he would have attacked him. He would have just went straight for me and just ignored Ida back then. Now we gotta kind of innovate. Bakugo has kind of changed in this one. He's not really as he was before. So I'm alright, that won't work. And right as he's thinking that, Bakugo really swings through the window and just blasts this nigga in his face. And and the worst part about it is that he kind of saw it happen. He saw it happen, because the thing is he can sense when somebody's electric pulse is coming towards him. Everybody has electricity in their head, so he can sense it. So he's thinking that, and like a millisecond later, his electric pulse is just swinging right towards him. He's like, what the fuck? Like that sensation basically just like this man mind boggling. Like the nigga just got exploded right into the face. Like, hold up, no homo, what the fuck? Alright, so yeah, he explosion right to the face. This still sounds gay because it's to the face, but things happen like that. Uraraka is like, what the fuck? And like she kicks Bakugo in his side, right? And he throws an explosion at her, and she just barely dodges it. And Bakugo gets sent up to the ceiling, and she's about to wrap the thing around him so he can't move anymore. And what he does is that he grabs onto the ceiling. So he grabs onto the ceiling with one arm, and he puts his other arm down, and he literally just smacks the shit out of Uraraka. And right afterwards, because he smacks the shit at her head go down, and he just like pick her neck up and just throw her into the window. Cause like he also put an explosion on that shit, so she really just flew. And this nigga Deku is really over here recovering. He's like, what the fuck? He saw that shit in slow motion, cause that lightning shit make him fast. He's like, what? Like, and this nigga Deku like, alright. So he really just like jump up, and it's like a whole fucking lightning leap. Like that shit, it's like an entire like lightning torpedo when he jumped up and he spinned around and just hit that nigga Bakugo in his face. Like that nigga boom. And right, yeah, like that shit, like this nigga Bakugo get hit in his face. Then like the explosion that Bakugo was trying to throw at the same time, it literally just destroyed that entire staircase. And this nigga Ida is coming down with a reciprocal burst, but his leg about to kick down and just about to go hit Deku right in his head. And this nigga Deku about to get hit, and right then and there, Hero Team won. That's when that nigga All Might just pull up and he just stopped Ida reciprocal burst like it was nothing. What happened was, on the camera for everybody else who's looking, basically Uraraka got sent out the building. She's like, nah, fuck this shit, I'm not about to fight no more. She gravity's up to the top, and she just goes and gets the bomb, because if the Hero Team touches the bomb before the villains can take them out, they win. And since Deku is out here basically about to handle the both of them, and she's like, all right, this is my chance. So that's exactly how the villain team lost. Bakugo's like, bro, bro, you was just getting lucky. Like, you don't get your horses higher. Like, you was just getting lucky. Like, we need to lower your tone, because I'm still the GOAT and you're not. So yeah, it was just a fluke. I was sick. My leg was hurting, my toes was curled up. No. Any way this man Bakugo could even deny him losing, it came out. My grandma just died. My PlayStation wasn't working. I was lagging. This man will use any excuse just to get away with this. And this man Deku was like, alright, yeah, that's what happened. So basically, what's happening after that? That's how it really goes until the hero, not the hero, the USJ attack happens. But I guess I'll see. I guess we'll do that next part, man. And you're just not about to see that, you dirty bitch. You're gonna wait for it too. And just because I said so, they're probably gonna come out soon too. Because I'm not really gonna be doing that. Because I don't got nowhere to go, nothing to do. No, we stop. But for real, there's really nothing else for me to do. So I might as well just make a part 2 to this later. It's probably not gonna be as long. I just wanted to, I kind of did spend the first 15 minutes on some no beginner, opening shit. So I just wanted to make this one special and make it pretty long. Special long, bro. Got these special long videos, man. It's your boy Obelieve, man. It's been the Big Daddy out here. Alright, so that was part 1 of What If Deku Was Static Shock. If you like this video, you better comment, like, share the video, you fucking bitch ass nigga. So let me tell you, I'm probably about to make another one of these soon. So you're not about to late too long. So yeah, this is probably gonna be serious. I'm gonna run through. So yeah, I just needed to tell y'all niggas that. So yeah, I'm out.